Welcome back to another episode of Car Boot Banter. Today we're in the back of the Isuzu V-Cross. It's our new demo.
Hang on, I gotta stop you there. You're saying it all wrong.
Correction. It's not made by Apple. It's not an iPhone or an iPad or an Isuzu.
Yes, for those of you who have asked this question before, and I got in trouble for this the other day, you know that. It's not an Isuzu, it's an Isuzu. You of all people, having all the experience doing judo and spending time in Japan, should have known that, to be honest, but I'll admit I've made that mistake before. So it is the Isuzu V-Cross.
Isuzu V-Cross,
right,
but it is our new demo. So should you wish to come drive it, you can come down to Chizzy, book a test drive and have a spin on it.
Well, maybe not a spin, but take it for a gentle test drive. We don't want to ruin this one too quickly.
It will spin itself.
It will spin itself, yeah. So this is the new Isuzu V-Cross. You may have seen a couple of videos we put out of it already. It was at that vintage car show, if you guys came to that, where we had the Isuzu Wasp on display as well. That is back at Spray Tech being fully restored. When we do have an update, we will bring one to you. And then we just did a nice little video shoot with this out at Taka Game Park. Brilliant spot for a video shoot, by the way, or a picnic.
Love a good picnic.
Yeah, alrighty. Coincidentally, we have a couple of exciting things coming up in the not too distant future. We've got a big event in a few weeks' time. The Ranyanga Ultra Marathon Trail Run is coming up towards the end of September. We'll be there. And then KitFit Tiger Tournament.
KitFit, that's an exciting
around
one.
The corner.
Yeah.
And it is particularly exciting because you could win one of these. So if you are fishing at this year's Tiger Tournament and you are the first person to catch a fish over 75 centimeters, you will win a brand new Isuzu V-Cross. I mean, how amazing is that?
Yeah, that's quite something.
So, like, I don't pretend to be a fisherman, but I would consider it.
I wouldn't catch a cold in a hospital, but I'd be okay.
Any of you who've not even picked up a fishing rod, it might even be worth signing up for Tiger Tournament because you could win one of these. I mean, that is amazing.
Yeah, especially if you catch it on day 1 or day 2.
Absolutely.
Then you just have a holiday.
So stay tuned for that. Exciting time coming up. What else can we tell people about the V-Cross?
So the V-Cross, the governing difference to the LSEs that we have had prior to this as the high-spec model is the IDAS system and the wheel arches. But IDAS is far more exciting. So IDAS is the Intelligent Driver Assist System.
Yes.
So in that it has lane keep assist, automatic braking, adaptive cruise control, electric steering. That builds into it so that it can do the lane assist. And yeah, I mean, it was obviously in the Onyx when we had the Onyx as a demo, and I was lucky enough to drive that all the way back from the falls and test it out. And I must say, when you're on the road and there's clear lane markings and the system can pick up everything it needs to do, it's an incredible system.
Yeah, it really is. The safety features built into that system are incredible. I've had the pleasure of driving this already, and the electric steering alone is so feather light. It's an amazing car to drive. So,
but they have thought it through, and a common misconception that we hear is that the car sometimes drives itself, and obviously that would be a risk, if people relax a little bit too much. So the misconception is that you just let go and the lane assist is going to keep you in the lane. There are mechanisms doing that. There will be a slight tilt to the steering wheel, but there are sensors in the steering wheel so that if you lifted your hands off the steering wheel, it's going to shout at you. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you are still in control of your car. It is to prevent hazards or human error or an accident as much as it can, but at the end of the day, you are still in full control of the vehicle. But yeah, clever system that Isuzu has come up with.
Great. Such a wonderful thing to drive.
So Q&A, we were a little bit short on questions. Well, I had one interesting question come in just the other day, and a few people asked this question, is what does MUX and what does DMAX stand for?
It's a good question.
MUX?
So MUX does stand for something, multi-utility crossover.
And DMAX doesn't?
No, it just sounds good.
It sounds a very cool sounding car. I believe it was before the D-Max we had the D-Tech. A lot of you who are avid Isuzu fans know the D-Tech engines very well. They built that famous KB300 D-Tech engine. A lot of that technology is still there, but they rebranded it and they've come up with D-Max.
Yes.
So
maybe we can associate something like Diesel Maximus. I love Gladiator, it's my favorite movie.
moving on. So unfortunately D-Max doesn't stand for anything, it just sounds cool. But yes, MUX stands for Multi-Utility Crossover. Right, okay. It's giveaway time.
It is giveaway time.
We're giving something away. Because we felt a bit left out when the service centre did that big campaign, didn't we? So we have a very cool, brand new Ironman 4x4 tumbler.
Thermal tumbler.
Thermal tumbler.
Yeah.
Hot or cold. Should we open this up? Very cool little tumbler. What would you put in here, Philip?
Probably whiskey on the rocks.
I'll probably put coffee in here. Irish coffee would work well.
Coffee with whiskey.
So, very cool, brand new Ironman 4x4 tumbler. Well, we're not just giving this away.
No, you do have to earn it. You do have to earn it.
So what do they have to do to earn this awesome little Ironman 4x4 tumbler?
So recently there has been an announcement from Isuzu that an electric D-Max will be launched in some markets in 2025.
That's around the corner, to be very honest.
That's right around the corner. But we did say, what are we going to call it?
Aha! So they haven't come up. They'll probably call it a D-Max,
they'll
right?
probably have a good name. But for now,
we could suggest a new name. So our question to you that you need to answer, and the best answer wins this cool little tumbler, is what should the electric Isuzu, whether it's a D-Max or, well, let's call it a D-Max. What would the electric Isuzu Bucky be called? So best answer wins.
Get creative.
Send us a message. Put a comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We'll look at all the answers, and in about a week's time or something, we'll come up with the best answer, and they'll win. Basically, yeah. So we'll come up with the answer. So put on your creative caps. But the thing is, you're not here next week.
No. I am off to France for the Rugby World Cup.
Lucky for some, eh? So old Philip Jeans here is heading off to France on Wednesday for the World Cup, but he's not just going on holiday, because we will rope him in to do a little bit of homework, and I have tasked him with finding an Isuzu of some description, preferably a later model Isuzu, because they're not the most common and popular car in European markets. So to find a D-Max, shall we say, a late model D-Max, and take a selfie next to it.
I will do. But if any of you are in France, why not send us a picture of you?
I think there's people watching us from France.
Of course. Have you seen me?
Moving on. Right, there you have it.
Thank you, boy.
And we're back, and I must apologise for Philip's inappropriate behaviour. I've just locked him in the V-Cross.
Locking me in a V-Cross is not a punishment.
Can't get away from him. On that note, thanks guys for tuning in, and put on your creative caps. Send us your answers for what you think the new electric Isuzu Bucky should be called, and stay tuned for our next episode. Cheers.